All right, ladies. So today we're going to be talking about what causes a man to think they're better than you. Look, this is that honestly something that if you're somebody who doesn't know the game or who doesn't care about the game, you're going to fail at this. Because there's a lot of things that we do that causes people to think they're better than us, right? And we're not addressing clothes, we're not addressing the things that you say, we're more addressing the nonverbals. And also we're more addressing the little things that we do in interaction, how we respond, how we even look at people. So we're going to talk about what those mistakes are and also how to prevent or fix those types of mistakes through some strategies that I'm going to teach you. Because a lot of people make these mistakes. I've seen it in my life. I made these mistakes. Most of my clients that call me make these types of mistakes. So if you could just listen to what I'm about to say in this video, it could save you a lot of time and a lot of years and a lot of bullshit. All right. By the way, our meditation meetup went so well this weekend. So thank you everyone for coming. If you guys want to attend, click in the description down below to attend my meditation meetups. We're having seminars in London this July. There has to be a certain amount of quota of people who purchase it for me to go, to be honest with you. But most likely we'll meet it. And if not, oh well. But yeah, purchase is going to be on nonverbal communication, a seminar. I am really excited about this, people. This is going to be really fun. And it's going to be 1 or 2 day seminar. And it's £99. And what other hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. A lot of you guys are watching this and are not subscribed. Don't make me angry, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's begin this for real. So the first thing is that there's a deep level of unhappiness within you that causes you to seek their validation. A lot of the times when we don't get the love that we need as children, we continue to seek parental figures, which is in the form of the opposite sex, to give us a validation that our parents didn't. And unfortunately, what we tend to do, we tend to find someone that reminds us of our parents and who treated us similarly to how our parents treated us in an attempt to close the loop. But what tends to happen is that you begin to find people who are similar to your parents unconsciously, but the cycle continue because you've been wired to keep that pattern at all costs. So what tends to happen is that people begin, when you validate someone without them working for it, when you validate someone while they disrespect you, there's a dehumanization process. It's almost like when we see people who are lower than us in class, it happens to everyone, so I'm going to be the first one to admit it. We unconsciously think we're better than them. Because we dress better, we're in a better position than them. And and whenever you think you're better than someone, you dehumanize them. But then I consciously make effort to remember the lessons. They're just human beings. And I keep the empathy, right? The more you meditate, the more empathy you feel. But that's what tends to happen. You're dehumanizing yourself. And then you're giving this person a godlike aura. And that projection that you have, which comes from insecurity, they're going to see that projection and see you as though they're better than you. Your reality within becomes your reality without. It's as simple as that. What you got to stop doing is stop seeking happiness in people. Stop it. Stop seeking for yourself in the opposite sex. Give up. Learn to be happy on your own. And this is the thing, is that if I'm dating a woman and she cannot control her emotions, she's always a mess, always crying for everything, and just a complete emotional mess, and she uses me as her emotional pillow, I'm sorry. A lot of people won't respect that, especially if they keep seeing you cry. And I understand we all go through stuff. But at some point, it gets to people. It just does. Too much emotional reaction, which we're going to talk about, too much emotion and no control. It doesn't, like, it's something that it's okay to do that on your own. But when you're with someone, they're going to look at you, they'll help you. But a part of them are going to say, yo, like, when is this man going to grow up? You know what I'm saying? Like, that type of stuff is unattractive. And you do that through just being present right now. Right now. Look around you. Ask yourself, what's wrong with this moment right now? What's lacking in this moment? And just observe. Observe if in this moment there's anything that's lacking. Don't think about it, just observe. Notice the colors, the different objects, the different sounds. And notice if there's anything lacking. There's nothing lacking. The issue is that the unhappiness will cause you to project you outside of this moment. And you'll think that someone will make you happy. And as a result, all of the energy that you naturally would bring to your senses by being present is stolen away by your ego. And this stealing away of this precious energy, it morphs into a future. It morphs into a living entity that's fictitious, but feels real, with an emotional reality. And it'll morph itself into a gender of the opposite sex or something that represents salvation for you. And you'll seek that rather than seeking the present moment. When you begin to realize that intense energy that you have to seek happiness in people is really trapped energy that you use naturally to get connected with the moment, then you can begin to reclaim that by just bringing your attention to the present moment. That's the first thing you got to do. To stop seeking happiness from the opposite sex, you have to learn to become present at first. And you could do that by purchasing or pre-ordering my course, Emotional Mastery, which is coming out in the summertime. It's a 6 to 8 week course on mindfulness and applying presence into your life. It's really one of my favorite courses that I'm making at this moment. So that's one thing, is that you're seeking validation in the opposite sex. The next one is that you think they're more important than you are. You're not seeing them as who they really are. When we like someone, we think their lives are more interesting than ours. We think they're more cool. We think that the people who have them are so lucky. We think that they're never bored. We think that they never take a shit. We think that everything is perfect. We think that their lives is better than us simply because we like them. Oh, fuck. Simply because we like them. Ah, I saw that shit, Father Alex. Stop acting like that shit that didn't fucking happen. You hit your head. Shut up, Melissa. All right? You think they're more important than you. What you got to do is bring them down to size. Humanize them. Imagine how they're going to look when they're older. Visualize how they're going to look when they're older. Imagine them with how they looked when they were younger. Imagine all of the things that they go through in their lives. Imagine their insecurities. Imagine the things that they feel that makes them feel lesser than other people. Imagine his or her mortality in the future. Imagine how one day we're all gonna die. Imagine that how all of Earth will one day not exist. You want to bring the infinite to bring this person down to size, because a lot of the times when we like someone, we think that they're so important that they're larger than life. And as a result, in their presence, we feel lesser than. And a lot of people we all have different personalities in our psyche. And each personality type that we have, like different roles that we take, have a different personality. When you meet someone who you think you're better than them, you take on a personality. And sometimes that's just wired. But then some people have a certain personality when they meet someone who they think they're better than them. You'll notice that person changes completely. It's like when dudes talk to girls, you notice that they change their personality. The guys that are really good with women, you notice that their personality don't change. It's the same thing. Is that what you want to notice is, how do you change your personality when you're around somebody who you think is more important than you? And you want to address that part of yourself by bringing self-awareness, by bringing presence. So when I'm around somebody who's super important, or a girl who I find really attractive, I notice, okay, how am I behaving differently? And then when I'm around someone who I don't find that attractive, or whom I don't care about their validation, I notice how I behave. And there's a huge difference. And the irony is that when I don't like them, they end up liking me. But it's because it's because I behave differently when I like them. You take on different roles. So most likely when you meet somebody who you think is a catch, you have a personality type that's unattractive a lot of the times. How do you know that? Well, the next one, it's not just knowing that they're thinking that they're important. It's the emotional reactions that come when you think somebody's more important than you. But before that, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys haven't purchased any of my courses, we have a special bundle deal for everyone. so that you could purchase all of my courses, meaning you could purchase the psychological game of attraction, natural chemistry, and nice girl, along with all of the bonuses. Originally, if you purchase everything without the bundle, it'll be around $500, to be honest with you. But right now, if you guys purchase it with the bundle, you guys will be able to get all of these courses: psychological game of attraction, which is for women who are single; natural chemistry, which is for women who are in a relationship; nice girl, which is a course on assertiveness, along with all of the bonuses: social mastery, practical mastery in terms of how to master anything, social mastery in terms of how to master your social skills, and the laws of human nature, wherein it's part of the Robert Greene book club I used to have. All of these, naturally, like I said, it's $500. Now you can get it at $394, which is essentially 20% off everything. But if you guys want to purchase a more affordable bundle, you guys can purchase the bundle without the bonuses, and that will be at $224 rather than the $300. Well, rather than the $293 that you guys would naturally purchase it. So you could purchase it with the bundle or without the bundle. You could purchase it with the bonuses or without the bonuses. It's all of the work that I put in the last 4 years, in the last 5 years, actually, all of the research that I've done. And this course, rather than watching all of my videos, and because they could be random and you could sort of like lose the big picture because there's just so many videos, you guys get all of the content condensed in a course. Trust me, people, if you guys purchase this, you won't regret it. If you haven't purchased it, hopefully this will push you towards it, because it's something that I believe in, and everyone who's purchased my course have been satisfied with it. And if they didn't like it, I always give their money back. I have never rejected a refund. All right. So purchase it right now. Click on the description down below where it says purchase the bundle, and I'll see you guys inside. So, what are those emotional reactions? Well, clearly emotional reactions. You get super reactive. So your face is lit up. When they call your name, you're like, yes, 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 yes. When they text you, you respond fast. When they say something and if they ask you, do you like bananas? And you say, I love bananas, but then they say they like apples. And then you change your answer to the apples. You're reacting to them. When you're trying to see what they like, so that you could tell them what they like. When you like, you get what I'm trying to tell you, is that you just get very emotionally reactive. In fact, you are nervous around them. You're trembling. You speak low. You look around because you're so nervous. All of that emotional reactivity, or even you have your little twitches, your quick twitches. You go like that, like all that kind of stuff. It's not cute. A lot of times that just communicates weakness. A lot of times that pushes people off, or even worse, sometimes that just brings out the predatory side in people, right? When they sense that you're emotionally reactive to them, you see, when you get emotional around someone, like I said, you lose control of your nonverbal cues. You lose control of your personality. You don't know how you're coming across. And what you want to practice is find a way to bring calmness and relaxation in your interactions with the opposite sex. And you learn to do that through practicing meditation, right? When you're in that reactive state, when the date is over, you're consistently thinking about them. And there's nothing wrong with doing that. But when they're not giving you the same type of energy, then that is problematic, right? So you are emotionally reactive, and when someone sees that, they can sense they can control you, and they lose respect. They'll think you're better than them because that's what you're reacting that way. The next one is that a big one is that you text a lot and fast, right? That's a big one, right? Well, you text a lot and then you text fast and you respond fast, but also you don't punish their coldness with coldness. You act like nothing happened. They ignore you and you double text them. And I've done this because I'm naturally a nice guy. You invite them to hang out and they say no, and then you invite them again. Or even you invite them to hang out and they never invite you back, but you keep inviting them, right? That type of stuff where they don't reciprocate your warmth with cold. They don't reciprocate your warmth with warmth. You're always going after them. You're always initiating contact. They ignore you, and then you keep responding like nothing happened because you keep it real or because it doesn't bother you. Ladies and gentlemen, even if it doesn't bother me, if I notice that a woman double or triple texts me, don't get me wrong, I'm gonna respond, but there is an element. It's just inevitable. There's an element that you kind of lose a little respect, and this is something that I learned from myself. That's how I was, right? Even up until a few years ago, like I would do that to people, and it was because it didn't bother me. But unfortunately, it's not what I think that matters. Most people, when they see you double, triple texting, they kind of lose respect for you. Think about it from your perspective. Is it not friends, but people who you are getting to know, that kind of comes across a little desperate. So you punish coldness with coldness. If somebody's not showing enthusiasm to seeing you, you just don't show it. You don't try to win them over. That's the whole point. You don't try to win them over. And a lot of times when they think they're better than you, it's because you're trying to win them over. Stop trying to win people over. Some people are just not going to like you. And you have to learn to withhold that compulsive desire to win people over. All right, ladies, thank you for watching this video. If you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to myfoottraction.org. If you guys want to suggest me videos, join our Discord in the description down below. There you guys can suggest videos I could react to. I want videos to react to. So if you guys have a movie scene that you guys want me to react to, comment the specific movie scene with the link. Don't just tell me the movie. Lord, that makes me so agitated when people say, oh, you should react to this. I'm like, just tell me the scene. Like, I'm not going to watch the whole movie. Tell me the scene and maybe I can make something out of it. So just post the scene and I'll see if I can react to it. It's a fun way. I don't know what I'm doing on Discord, but a lot of you guys are asking me to get on it. So I'm on it, you know. And anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.